Next, I'm asking Claude, I want to initiate a Git repository for this project. So here, I'll run this prompt. Next, it may ask you how to handle the files. Just click on the recommended setting. Then we'll select yes, commit everything. Now it's going to ask us how it wants us to sync up with the GitHub. The first thing we want to do is make sure that we have a GitHub. So let's go over here and go to github.com. So now we need to make a GitHub account. And I think many of you probably already have one, but if you don't, just go ahead and sign up. So here I'll click on sign in and I'll sign into my account. So after you make a GitHub account, we'll just make a new repository. So here I'll click on new. And then this will be the name of your AI websites. So here I'll just put in, okay. And then I'll click on create repository. Essentially what we're doing right here is we're creating a repository so that they can push the files here and store them so Hostinger can fetch them. So next, let's jump back to Claude. Next, it'll ask you, how would you like to set your GitHub identity? Just go ahead and select set it for this repo only. You're just going to give them a name and an email, and they're going to find your GitHub for you. So here I'll select set for this repo only. Next, it'll ask you what name should they use to configure for this repo. You're just going to enter in other, and then you'll select your name and then the email. Make sure this is the same email address that you use with GitHub. So here I'll click on next. Okay, so now we're ready to push this onto GitHub. So here, let's type this in. Next, I typed in link it with the online repo with the following commands. And let's go back over here to GitHub. Now you're going to select the repository, the one that you recently created. So over here, I'll select on repository, and this was the one that I created. Now we're going to scroll down and you're going to see or push an existing repository from the command line. We're just going to copy this and paste this into Claude. Next, I'll hold Shift Enter, and then I'm going to paste that command. Now we're going to run this prompt. Next, you want to make sure that you allow these permissions. Now it may prompt you to log into GitHub. So here I'll just click on sign in with browser. Next, you should get a confirmation saying that the authentication has been succeeded. And as of this point, your project is now synced up with GitHub. And we can test this out by going over here to our repository. And if you go over and you click on your repository, you should see files inside of your project. So let's go over here and click on code. And now you'll see under real estate, we have all of the files listed inside of our project. So now this project is ready to be pushed to a live web host.